Horizon House makes a statement from the moment you approach. Its entrance, defined by geometric planes and cantilevered structures, sets the tone for the architectural drama that follows. Framed by lush landscaping and intentional symmetry, the approach feels ceremonial, announcing that something extraordinary lies just beyond the threshold. Linear architecture defines the Horizon House. Horizontal planes dominate the visual language, drawing the eye outward and expanding the sense of space. From the flat rooflines to the elongated windows, every detail contributes to a feeling of forward momentum, echoing the home's namesake, forever reaching toward the horizon. Materiality is bold and unapologetic here. The use of exposed concrete, steel, and expansive glass panels gives the Horizon House its industrial soul. The textures are tactile and honest, grounding the structure while allowing the luxury to emerge through scale, composition, and sheer presence. Some elements of the house seem to defy gravity. Sections of the upper level float above the landscape, supported by recessed pillars and clever engineering. This sense of weightlessness contrasts beautifully with the heavier materials used throughout, highlighting the careful balance struck between boldness and refinement. light pours through strategically placed openings. The glass isn't just for views, it's a conductor of light and shadow. Clerestory windows, skylights, and sliding walls bring the outdoors in, painting the interiors with dynamic natural patterns that shift from sunrise to sunset. The open-plan living space functions like a canvas for both design and life. Neutral tones let the architecture shine, while curated furnishings act like strokes of intentional color and texture. The space invites conversation, quiet reflection, and everything in between, effortlessly adapting to the rhythm of its inhabitants. In the Horizon House, the kitchen is more than utilitarian, it's a social stage. Sleek cabinetry, integrated appliances, and waterfallage islands reflect a commitment to minimalism, while the panoramic views transform everyday cooking into a moment of connection with nature. The central staircase isn't just for movement, it's a sculptural focal point. Crafted from steel and wood, its clean lines echo the home's architectural language. Suspended elements create openness, allowing light to pass through while guiding the gaze upward, hinting at the treasures on the upper floor. The private quarters upstairs are a world apart. The master suite commands views of the landscape with floor-to-ceiling glass walls that vanish with a touch. Materials soften here, textiles, warm woods, and ambient lighting transform bold architecture into a comforting cocoon of luxury. In the bathroom, walls dissolve and boundaries blur. Stone, wood, and water meet in seamless harmony. A freestanding tub anchors the space, while rain showers and dual vanities emphasize balance. Every element is chosen for tactile pleasure as much as visual impact. Circulation in the Horizon House feels intuitive. Rooms bleed into each other with barely noticeable transitions. Hallways are wide, ceilings tall, and doors cleverly concealed, creating a sense of effortless flow that prioritizes both form and functionality. Exterior spaces are true extensions of the home. Folding walls open fully to expansive terraces, creating a continuum between inside and out. Whether it's a sunrise coffee or sunset wine, the Horizon House invites its occupants to live at the boundary of luxury and landscape. The pool mirrors the horizon, seemingly endless. Perched at the edge of the property, the Infinity Edge design erases visual limits, merging sky and water in one stunning tableau. It's a place to soak in stillness or revel in the reflection of architectural splendor. A fire feature positioned near the pool adds elemental contrast. Flame and water interact in a sensory spectacle, heightening the ambience during twilight hours. It's here that the house truly comes alive, glowing from within, surrounded by the rhythmic sounds of moving water. Outdoor zones aren't an afterthought, they're integral. Lounge areas, dining spaces, and an outdoor kitchen ensure the Horizon House functions just as beautifully for entertaining as it does for solitude. Design doesn't pause at the threshold, it flows with purpose into the natural world. Despite its openness, the home guards its privacy with grace. Carefully positioned walls, natural berms, and vertical gardens obscure views from neighbors. It's a clever choreography of concealment and exposure that allows residents to feel connected without feeling watched. Technology is embedded, not displayed. Lighting, climate, security, and entertainment are all controlled from discrete touchpoints. This seamless integration supports the home's ethos, where every interaction feels effortless, and every function respects the design language. The Horizon House is a gallery in motion. Artworks are chosen for their ability to both contrast and complement the structure. Bold canvases and sculptural pieces punctuate the space, offering visual rest and highlighting the home's inherent artistic nature. Sustainability isn't an add-on, it's foundational. Passive solar design, recycled materials, and energy-efficient systems lower the environmental impact. The house whispers its green credentials, confident that true luxury is responsible, not excessive. The surrounding landscape wasn't altered, it was enhanced. Native plants, stone paths, and water features create a sense of harmony. The house doesn't sit on the land, it rises from it, a structure in dialogue with its environment rather than in defiance of it. Each surface tells a story. From smooth concrete floors to the warm grain of walnut cabinetry, the materials are thoughtfully layered to create rhythm and contrast. Nothing is purely decorative, every material was chosen to engage the senses and elevate daily rituals. At the center of the home lies its namesake, the Horizon Room. This glass-wrapped sanctuary offers unbroken views in every direction. It's not a room with a view, it is the view. Here, architecture steps aside, letting nature become the ultimate design statement. As day turns to night, the house transforms. Lighting becomes the lead actor, glowing softly behind recessed panels, under cabinetry, and within outdoor niches. Shadows deepen, lines blur, and the Horizon House enters a new phase of quiet, luminous beauty. While the house embraces minimalism, there's no shortage of grandeur. High ceilings, dramatic overhangs, and expansive volumes create a sense of awe. It's a refined luxury, never loud, always intentional. Less isn't just more here, it's everything. What's left out is as important as what's included. The Horizon House celebrates the power of restraint. There's no clutter, no excess, just a clarity of vision that allows the architecture, materials, and natural beauty to breathe. This is not a home designed to be looked at, it's one to be lived in. Every corner, every corridor is crafted with human experience in mind. It welcomes touch, movement, and presence, elevating everyday moments to something extraordinary. The Horizon House isn't just about today. It's a future-proof space, designed to adapt and endure. It speaks to the evolving desires of modern living, flexibility, sustainability, and emotional connection. It's a house meant to be passed down, a design that ages with grace. From soft to hard, light to dark, grounded to floating, this home is a study in contrasts. Each duality enhances the other, creating a layered, dynamic experience. The Horizon House thrives in this tension, making every glance and every step an exploration. What began as an architectural concept is now a fully realized vision. The Horizon House is proof that daring ideas can be both livable and luxurious. It challenges conventions, honors its surroundings, and invites us to dream a little bolder. The Horizon House is more than bold lines and boundless luxury. It's a reimagining of how we live, move, and feel within space. It's about thoughtful choices, quiet confidence, and the kind of beauty that reveals itself over time. Thank you for exploring this architectural masterpiece with us. Until next time, keep seeking the extraordinary in the everyday.